Hi guys, so it's getting to that point of the year now when a lot of you will have already applied to uni, or you'll be thinking, should I really go to university? Is it the right path for me? So for those of you who don't know, I am currently at university. I am what most of my friends would refer to as an eternal student. I have been a student since 2008. Not on the same course, I haven't just been failing a lot. I initially started out doing one course and decided I didn't like that, so went back to college and I'm now finishing on my final year for my second course. There's a number of questions that go around that people, are really helpful questions to know the answers to, about deciding what to do about going to uni in the first place, and also what to do when you actually get there. So I thought I'd go through some of the top questions that are asked and give you my perspective as a university student, and hopefully be able to help you. I'm not claiming to be an expert, I'm just hoping to give you a little bit of advice from first-hand experience. So the first question that is asked quite a lot is, should I go to university in the first place? Is it the right choice for me? As I said, a lot of you will have friends who have already applied to university. The deadline has passed, but there is still a chance for you to go. You can apply through clearing, or you can apply via late submissions. University as a whole is a fantastic experience. I found it amazing. I always thought of myself as going to university, but I think that was mainly the school that I went to. It was pretty much a grammar school, and it was very focused on you will go to university, and all my friends went, and it was just sort of what felt like the norm. But I know at my university a lot of people have spoke to me about not really knowing whether university was the right choice for them, and I have known people who have dropped out of university because they didn't feel like it was, and they just went because their parents wanted them to. University, I would say, is a fantastic thing. It does cost a lot of money, but you can get grants and help from the government, and it is completely worth it. A lot of jobs now will be asking for applicants who have degrees, or applicants who have at least done some form of higher education. Obviously, university, don't go because your friends are going, don't go because you want 3 years to not have any responsibilities. Go because it is what is right for your career. And most people don't know what career they want. I certainly didn't, hence why I changed courses. It really took me to about the age of 21 to know exactly what I wanted to do with my life, which is quite lucky because a lot of people come out of university and they don't know, and they've done a degree that doesn't mean anything. Obviously it's helpful to have a degree under your belt, but do something that you really enjoy. When I first went to university, I wanted to do something creative, I wanted to do something arty. The school that I went to was very much focused on science, so I ended up doing architecture because I thought it would be a good idea to do something that was highly ranked and would be a respectable career. It turns out I'm not very good at architecture, which is another point as well. If you are going to university, there are a lot of courses available that you can't do at college or at school in sixth form for your A-levels or as MVQs. I would really research the degree that you're doing, try it over the summer, get some work experience, and definitely consider closely what you want to do, because there is nothing worse than wasting £20,000 or more, depending on what you have as student loans or as tuition fees, and coming out with something that you don't want to do. The next question that gets asked a lot, and I have kind of covered already, is what course should I do? As I've said, do something that you love. I'm not expecting you to know exactly what career you want. I certainly don't, or didn't until a couple of years ago, and it's certainly something that a lot of young people nowadays don't know what they want to do. When it comes to choosing a course, definitely, in my experience, I've found that the things that I'm good at aren't necessarily things that I like, and the things that I like aren't necessarily things that I'm very good at doing, which is a prime example at the moment. I am currently on for a 2-1 in psychology and criminology, which I'm not a major fan of the criminology politics side of it, but it tends to be the bit that I'm best at, which is a little bit worrying. But I would definitely choose something that you really enjoy. You know, it's 3 years of your life, possibly 4 if you're doing an extended course, or if you're wanting to go on to do a master's or PhD. It's definitely something that I would say choose what you'd like. You know, it's nothing worse than spending 3 years, so much time and so much money and so much effort of your life doing something that you're not going to enjoy doing for the rest of your life. I went to university thinking, you know, architecture, it's something that I think I could enjoy. It's something that I think I might enjoy in the future, but I wasn't really that keen on it when I got to university, and I wasn't sure. After my first year, I failed my first year. I wasn't sure I really enjoyed it that much, but I wanted to pursue a respectable career, so I went back and I did another year for the first year of architecture, and really it was a bad decision. You know, it's 2 years of my life that I could have spent doing something that I really enjoyed, and I didn't do something that I enjoyed. I did something that I thought that I would be good at and something that my parents would be proud of. So definitely go choice over what your parents will think, or what your friends will think, or what your peers are doing. I had a friend who went to university and did medicine, and she was fantastic at science, but she didn't want to be a doctor, but she did it because her parents wanted her to be a doctor. And you know, that's 7 years of university and she's not happy doing this course, and that is not something that you want for your life. It's a long time, and you have to think in the future, I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing this. Is this really something that I can see myself doing for, you know, months, years, decades of your life? Definitely go for what you love best. Next question that I get asked, and because I'm at a metropolitan university, I do tend to find that a lot of people that go to university are local people, rather than people who travel quite a long distance. I'm about 100 miles away. My family home is about 100 miles away from where I'm going to university, and people consider that quite a distance. There's not a lot of people that are from far afield at my university. But definitely one of the questions I get asked is, should I go where my friends are going? No, it's probably the harsh but simple answer to that. Go where is going to be best for you. Every university is different. Every university has different aspects that are good. Some universities are fantastic for science, some are fantastic for technology. The university I'm at is fantastic for sport. I don't really like sport, but it has a fantastic psychology department as well, which is why I initially chose it. I have a lot of friends who have gone to university because friends have gone and haven't enjoyed it, and you know, they haven't gone to the university that's got the best departments for them. It's not suited to them. There are a lot of different types of universities out there as well. Me personally, for example, I couldn't have gone to a mainstream university. I'm not the most academic person in the world. I tend to get quite stressed and quite anxious, and I think that a metropolitan environment was much more suited to me, and it has helped me a lot, and I feel like I can progress a lot more in my degree and have better opportunities with my degree for that. So I would definitely choose a university that is suited to your course. There's plenty of charts out there and guidelines and tables and all sorts of weird wonderful stats that can tell you what universities are suited to the course. So once you have chosen the course that you really want to do, choose your university based on how good they are for the course. You meet so many people at university, and it's so simple and easy to keep in touch with your friends. And I found as well, visiting my friends from back home when I've been to university, I've experienced so many new people and so many new cities that I never really thought that I'd travel to. And there's just been some fantastic places. You know, I've ended up going to Newcastle and Bristol and down to Bournemouth, and I've been to Portsmouth, and these are places that I never really considered that I would ever, you know, go for a social trip, but I've met so many new fantastic people through it. The next question that gets asked a lot is, should I stay in halls of residence or should I get my own accommodation? I've had experience of both of these. The first year that I went to university, I moved in with my boyfriend and his brother and some other friends, and while it's fantastic and I loved being with people that I knew, it does hinder you slightly. You're not as in with the crowd, you know, all these people are going to halls and they're meeting each other and they're forming friendships, and it can be a little bit hindering on your friendships at university, especially in the first, you know, those initial weeks that you are there. The experiences that I had with halls were 20 times better than when I was living out of the city with people, especially since the people I was living with didn't go to my university, or they were on completely different courses, and we never really saw each other at all at university. When I was in halls, I made some fantastic friends and went to so many more parties and got invited to so many more things, and I grew a lot more in halls than I ever did when I was in a house. It also makes it a lot easier as well if you are trying to find somewhere to move on, or if you're wanting to stay in the city you're in after university. You can meet so many more people in halls, and they tend to be a little bit more expensive, but it's definitely worth it. It's also a lot less hassle. You know, you don't have to deal with bills, you don't have to deal with rent, you just have to pay everything in a lump sum at the start of the year or throughout the year, and it's one less thing to worry about in your first year of university, because there was nothing worse for me than having to deal with bills here and bills there and rent all over the place as well. In my first year, it really did stress me out. So yes, I would definitely suggest going into halls. So now you've decided whether you want to go to university and what course you want to do and where you want to go, the next question that I get asked is, what should I do over the summer to prepare myself for university? Is there anything that is a good idea to do? There are a number of summer programmes out there for students or people wanting to go to university, plenty of volunteering options. There are things that a lot of students that I know have done, have gone to things like Camp America or working abroad over the summer. Before university is the perfect time to do that. It's the perfect time to make the most of travelling and getting everything out of the way that you've ever wanted to do before you start university. You can also meet some fantastic people, probably even some that are going to your university or a nearby university, which would be great to know when you move there, especially if you're moving far away from home. There's also a number of forums out there. Before I started university, I went on some forums with people who are going to be in my course. Your universities will probably have some kind of internal forum that you can look at, and there's also the student room, which is fantastic. There is people from everywhere on there, and there's plenty of students who are either looking for rooms or people to live with, or can be there who are more mature students who can offer advice. There's also a number of things that you can do, sort of charity work. You know, you can try and find a job, find a little bit extra money, but the thing that I think a lot of people want to do, and certainly something that me and my friends didn't really do on a massive scale, we tended to just spend a lot of time together, was just doing that, you know, spending time with your friends, going on holiday with your friends. Plenty of people to go on holidays when they're 18 years old, ready to go to university. The big blowout, if anyone's seen the In-Betweeners movie, you'll know what I mean. Fantastic options. There are so many things that you can do with your summer. You know, it's a really big gap. You've got a good couple of months to do so much stuff. You know, even if you want to just relax and spend time with your family. I know that's one thing that I want to do. The week before I left, I spent so much time with my family just because I was moving quite far away. If you move into a nearby university, it might also be a good chance for you to go and, you know, investigate that a little bit more. You might have been to see it on an open day, but just having a walk around the city, not just a university, having a look at the things to do, you know, researching the place that you're going to. If it hasn't played a part in your decision of actually choosing to go there, definitely an option to do. Should I go to Freshers' Fair is another thing that gets asked quite a bit. Yes, is the simple answer to that one. Yes, make the most of Freshers' Fair. It's a fantastic way to meet new people. It's also a really good way. When I first moved into halls, the first thing we did was go to Freshers' Fair. We had some iced mocktails, some iced tea. We had a look around all the different things with the people that I was in halls with. It's a fantastic opportunity to get to mingle with people, have a bit of a laugh. It really does break the ice. You can also find some fantastic advice. A lot of universities offer advice and give information on other things to do with university, such as charity work and volunteering and looking for jobs as a student. It's definitely a fantastic way to really get to know your university and mingle with people that you wouldn't mingle with usually if you were just sat in your room. Another question that I get asked, which should I join a society or club whilst I'm at university? This is also a fantastic option. I've joined a number of clubs and societies whilst at university, and they don't even have to be at your university. Some of you might know, most of you probably won't, that I do tenpin bowling as a hobby, and there wasn't a team at my university, but at the mainstream university, the University of in my city, did have a team, and I luckily managed to get into that team, and I met some incredible people, and it was really nice having someone from a different university as well, but that was still so close. It really pushed my confidence. You know, I ended up creating a team of my own for a year, and we had some fantastic experiences. I've also joined a number of societies. I wasn't very active when I first went to university, just because I wasn't really happy in the course I was doing. But when I became a lot more settled in the course that I'm on now, I joined a number of societies, especially in the past year, and I've become so close to people. I tend to find that the people that I know through my societies are better friends than the people who I've met on my course, because they have a lot more in common. You know, you get to go on nights out with them a lot more. You have a lot more hobbies that you can share and interests you can share, and it's a fantastic way as well of trying something new. You don't have to join clubs that you enjoy. Like, you know, you don't have to go, oh well, I enjoy photography, so I will join Photography Society. I before was never really interested in films, or I wasn't majorly interested in poker, but there are two societies I have joined and I absolutely love. I've met fantastic people through the societies, and university definitely is a better place having a society, or even a sports team. Sports teams tend to be very close-knit in universities. There's a lot of competitions you can go to, especially with a lot of the book sports. They tend to be very competitive but incredibly fun at the same time. So I would definitely, anything that you can try, use it as an opportunity to try something new. You can join more than one society, you can join more than one sports club. Use it as a way to have something that you really enjoy, or try something new that can help de-stress you from university, because all the coursework and all the exams can be quite stressful, and it's nice having those people there that you can just chat to, or just going to an event for an hour that can really calm you down. I also get asked, should I get a job at university? This is a bit of a tricky one. My first couple of years at university, I didn't have a student loan. My parents helped me, and I also got a job to help pay for my tuition and my maintenance stuff like rent and bills and all my equipment that I needed for university. Really, it depends on what course you're doing. Obviously, a lot of courses need a lot of contact time, and it can be quite difficult to get that time spare to get a job. I made the mistake in my second year of doing this course, which I actually failed because I was working too much and I just couldn't cope with the amount of stuff, and I made the mistake of choosing work over university, which is never a good option, and I strongly urge that you don't do that. A lot of people I know do have sort of weekend jobs or evening jobs that they do part-time. Part-time work is a fantastic opportunity for university students. It can get work experience under your belt, it can bump up your CV for when you do graduate, and you do tend to meet a lot of really nice people doing it as well. But I would suggest that you think carefully about what kind of work and how many hours you can put into that work, as university does come first. However much employers will tell you that your work will come first and you need to do what they tell you, do what is best for your university degree. You know, it's always nice to have money to spend, but it'll be a lot better in the future when you have more money to spend because you've concentrated on your degree and got a better degree at the end of it. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a long one, I apologise. I went on a bit of a rant. I wasn't planning on ranting for that long. But I hope that I have helped in some way, even if it is tiny and seemingly insignificant. I hope that I've helped you decide whether you want to go to university, or helped you feel a little bit more comfortable about going to university and what to do pre-university and when you get there. And if you would like any other advice or first-hand experiences from me, because there are plenty of embarrassing ones, you can contact me via my blog or via my website or via Twitter, which I will put in the link down below. And I hope you have a good rest of your year if you are still at college or at university, and bye!